This is ABC 7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Good afternoon. I'm Don Brennan in for Scott Dennis today. Thank you for joining us. Topping our news at noon, the week-long trial of State versus Ashley Parker continues with closing arguments this morning. Parker is accused of attempted murder of her 6-year-old daughter. ABC 7's Rebecca Vargas continues to follow the trial this morning in the Sarasota County courtroom and has the latest. Rebecca?
Yeah, Don, before closing arguments even began this morning, one more witness took the stand, and his testimony could discredit the defense's case. A doctor who assessed Ashley Parker's mental state was questioned by Parker's defense attorney. The attorney attempting to prove his client acted out of insanity and suffered from delusions. But the doctor's testimony appeared to discredit that, saying although she does suffer from personality disorders and intermittent explosive disorder, doctors have not diagnosed her as insane. Parker is charged with attempted murder, among other charges. Police say they found Parker's daughter in her home with numerous stab wounds last summer. Graphic images submitted into evidence show the knife used and blood on a blanket and on a bed. Parker's daughter took the stand this week describing how her mother stabbed her and put her in the bathtub, submerging her head underwater. We spoke to the victim's aunt, who was not surprised that this happened, but is frustrated because she says the Department of Children and Families knew about Parker's behavior and history.
All the times that CPS was called, all the times the police were called, that should have said something. That's a sign right there, and it could have been prevented. You know, it is frustrating that she had to go through that, and that we can do more to help her and be there for her.
Closing arguments continue this morning. The jury will then deliberate and consider all of the charges, including attempted murder in the first degree. Don, back to you.
Thank you, Rebecca. And hundreds packed a downtown meeting room last night in Sarasota to protest some of the city's building and zoning decisions. A new citizens group called STOP is still upset. The city approved the 18-story high-rise in front of the Ritz-Carlton called The View. It appears to be just feet away from traffic and blocking the views of many. Commissioners believe, though, once the 18-story high-rise on the corner of 41 and Gulfstream is built, people will have a different view.
To have development that's just right up in our face and that's creating excessive traffic congestion and is right up to the sidewalks, it just doesn't make any sense.
I can certainly understand the frustration with it appearing that this building is too close to the street. But I think once it's built, they'll see that it really isn't, that there's a much wider sidewalk behind that fence.
The meeting was held at Selby Library, and the group says they plan to hold other meetings in the future. The new solar plant is nearing completion in Manatee County. According to the Bradenton Herald, Florida Power and Light workers have installed 75% of over 330,000 solar panels that will be used at the plant in Parrish. The new panels will bring in twice as much solar energy per dollar than rooftop solar energy. It's one of 3 new solar plants FP&L is building this year, and the company hopes to start producing solar energy from this plant by December. And last night's commission meeting in Northport got a little heated over a public swimming pool. Commissioners are proposing changing the plan from renovating the 25-meter pool at Dallas White Park to building a new 50-meter pool at Butler Park instead. Those against say it would be quicker, or those for the plan say it would be quicker and help with impact fees as well. But those against it say it would cost double the $2.3 million that has already been set aside for the renovation. The topic comes up again at a workshop next Thursday. And fishermen from all over the country are in Cortez right now for the annual Suncoast Spearfish Challenge. Winners will be chosen by the species and size of fish that they catch. A nonprofit that serves wounded veterans will reap the rewards this year, and proceeds from the challenge will go towards Operation Second Chance. Weigh-ins are at the Seafood Shack restaurant and marina in Cortez. The challenge ends this Sunday. Veterans and emergency personnel will get free entry to the challenge, which is always nice. They deserve it. They have served our country and served in good stead. Joining us right now to serve in the weather factor. What's happening?
Yes, well, it looks like we're going to get a lot of nice activities taking place over the weekend, and I think people will enjoy the weather. But it's going to be warm as this persistent westerly flow has been taking place around this area of high pressure. Let's check out our current temperature right now. Second day of fall, Don, and it's 90 degrees outside here. But our average for this time of the year is actually 88. Dew point 73. We're looking at mostly sunny skies, and our radar is quiet due to dry air aloft. A little bit further south over Lee County, if you're going down to Fort Myers or into, say, the Everglades or around Miami, we're going to have more shower activity there because there's more moisture in mid to upper levels there. But for the afternoon hours, looks like we have a very minimal chance of rain and highs topping out in the low 90s.
All right, thank you, Josh. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joining us now. Jeff, thanks for joining us. The market started the week down, followed by some green arrows. What's happening now?
Don, you've been watching the markets. Down on Monday, relatively flat on Tuesday. Everybody was waiting to hear what Janet Yellen was going to say. Wednesday, Thursday, about 1.5% for all the markets. NASDAQ actually hit an all-time high yesterday. Big stuff since they're going to pretty much leave rates as is. Possibly December, we do not know. Oil is down. As I woke up this morning, the futures were down. Let's see how we're currently trading. The Dow Jones Industrial Average is 18,336, down 55 points, 0.3%. NASDAQ 5,325, down 14 points, 0.25% in the negative. S&P negative as well, 2,171, down 6 points, 0.25%.
All right, now Marriott's acquisition of Starwood Hotels became official today. Can you give us some of the details?
Today, $13 billion Marriott had to spend to buy Starwood Hotels. They are now the largest brand out there with 30 hotel brands in the world, 5,800 properties, a little bit more, 1.1 million rooms. Not too bad. 110 countries they're going to be. Actually, 1 out of every 15 hotel rooms will be a Marriott. The good news is they're going to link your loyalty programs, which has been a big success for both of them, so you're going to keep your current status. And each Starwood point is going to give you 3 points at Marriott, so that's real big for Marriott users as well as the Starwood. One of the main reasons why they wanted this merger was to have leverage for the corporate travel departments, as well as to compete with Expedia and Priceline. Starwood Hotels is up 20% for the year, while Marriott's only been up around 3%. Right now, Marriott's down about 1%, $68 a share. Don will take a look, but looks like we're going to be staying at Marriott pretty soon.
Well, I actually used to stay on the concierge level all the time because I travel so much. Anyway, Jeff, thank you so much. Have a good weekend.
Enjoy it.
The Sarasota Square Mall is celebrating all things German this weekend. It's the annual Oktoberfest featuring German cuisine, music, art, vendors, and of course, German beer. There will also be a dance and costume contest. Festivities kick off this morning at 11 and run until 8 tonight and pick up tomorrow again in the south lot of the mall. The Gulf Coast Oktoberfest is sponsored by Geyer's Sausage Kitchen in Sarasota, and the woman who brought me to being aware of Geyer's is ABC 7 culinary director Judy Gallagher, and today she's sampling another tasty restaurant on the Suncoast. Judy joins us live now from J-Pan Restaurant at Sarasota's University Town Center. Judy?
I have to tell you, Don, I wish you could join me for lunch today. It is delicious. Now, I've been a big fan of J-Pan for many years over at Paradise Plaza. Recently, they opened right across the street from the mall where there's a lot of new buildings. They're right next to Blaze Pizza as a marker, but they have the newest J-Pan. Beautiful outdoor seating. As you can see, a stunning ambiance. And you're going to get to meet Daniel, the owner and sushi chef, as well as Andreas. They're going to tell us about the great dishes that they've made here and their new charcoal grill that they have, specialized Japanese grill, and some of the dishes that come from that, as well as something very special coming for October. Stay with me throughout the hour. We're coming live from J-Pan UTC.
Shop GoWildHonda.com. Lease a new Fit for $149 or a new Civic, just $169. And no down payment. It's clearance time now at GoWildHonda.com or visit Wild Honda Sarasota. It's gotta be wild.
ABC 7 News at 7 weeknights.
Hi, I'm Joan London, and if you're worried about your parent or a loved one living alone like I was, and you want reliable senior care information, then call A Place for Mom, the nation's largest senior living referral service. You'll get free information on assisted living, Alzheimer's care, nursing homes, even important financial information.
They had obviously researched every place, not just given me names. They found me a place for what she could afford, and it was magnificent.
We're now very confident that she's safe, and they just helped every step of the way, and I can't thank them enough.
So if you're struggling to find reliable senior living information, call A Place for Mom. This is a free service, and you can trust them to help you.
Call right now to get your free Senior Care Compass ebook. Find out about the 5 best-kept secrets on financing senior care and assisted living.
Call now, 800-290-0352. 800-290-0352.